out of shits to give, loincloth. Welcome to the fucking reckoning.
I should have taken off my, my armor, cause,
Put your damn gun down. People are gonna get hurt. We need to talk this through. All right?
Shut up! You're not gonna talk yourself out of this, loincloth shit fuck.
This is the scab leader. His chest rises and falls under the ceramic breastplate. His fingers reach for the butt of his sidearm.
Really?
There's something very wrong with him.
Dangerous.
Shh.
This is a misunderstanding. Nothing irreversible has happened yet. You can just return to your unit and forget all about this.
The Kypt is merciful, willing to spare us if we just forget about our murdered and humiliated commander. I think we should just kill everyone, Courty.
You are all drunk. Come to your senses. You won't gun down 7 people in the middle of the street. This isn't a frontier town or a jungle outpost.
Easy, Lizzie. Let me handle it. I know guys like this. I'm sure we can come to a peaceful agreement. Ain't that right, fellas?
Peaceful.
Sounds like the armored figure is weeping. Who said that?
Nest in your abdominal cavity like a little wild mouse. The masked man's words are barely intelligible, but you can hear them.
Fuck, there's the third one. How did we miss something like this?
The lieutenant points to the helmeted figure.
The lieutenant is genuinely worried for his life. You should consult him before getting in there.
The big one is the darn scab leader.
If this turns into a firefight, we should take him out first.
He nods.
A sound strategy. He's the leader.
What do we do?
My plan is not to get killed, but we have to intervene.
We're out of time. This is...
The Mercenary Tribunal.
All right. Are we ready to get shot? Because we are gonna get shot. Let's spend some points. I feel like we're gonna need to convince people. We already have the rhetoric to do that. Authority wouldn't be half bad. Yeah. Let's go 2 in authority. Can't change my equipment though. Do some drugs. A little late for that. Just a little bit. Guess we'll go more into logic. Because why not? What's the worst that could happen? Up. This is the police.
Get lost, comedian. You cops had your chance. Now it's fucking time for some justice.
He licks his lips, waving his gun at the crowd. Losing his balance for a moment, he staggers backward.
Pig fuck!
Oh, that one. I see him now. That's the only word you can make out. I can see you're drunk.
Ah, yeah! Welcome to the fucking party. You're probably gonna get killed too. I don't give a shit if you're cops.
No one is going to kill anyone. Let's just put the guns down and talk like civilized human beings.
She doesn't seem to understand the severity of the situation. With a wordless gurgle, the killer loads his long rifle.
Long rifle.
The leader gives a small nod to the helmeted man. You feel your fists contract as you stand there between these men, all carrying real weapons. No, it's okay. Soften him up and trust the others to attack if it comes to that. Make him talk. Present an argument. Even if it comes to a fight, it's always a good idea to drag it out. Get under his skin. Peace. Always peace. It has worked thus far. Start with the first idea you have. Move down from that. Please.
Suggestion. I didn't think that this was going to work. I didn't put any points in that. So once again, I can only fail this if I roll 2 1s. And if I roll 2 1s, holy cow, would I be so salty.
Alright, here we go. This is an illegal tribunal. Krenner would never sanction this. Who's the commanding officer? Take your pick.
Just a question. Who's in charge of your unit after the death of your colonel?
I am a Grinnell Major with over 15 years of live combat experience. When my colonel gets hanged by clay monkeys, I lead the platoon on a retaliation strike.
So you are the highest ranking of the 3 of you.
Nah, I just have the biggest gun.
He raps on his armored barrel like chest. I don't know why this matters. As the leader of this group, reconsider your actions. This does not need to end in bloodshed.
You're right. But you see, I want it to end in bloodshed.
Okay, it's not much, but he's thinking about something else, and his hand is off the gun. This did something. Easy now. Tell them these men didn't do it. There's a peaceful way out.
So I have an 8. I need a 5. There's a 2 and a 3. Is effectively not rolling 2 1s. Listen, they didn't do it.
Yeah? Who did then?
Wait, I just need a little time to figure this out.
Time? You had time to fuck around in that church. Chase some dumb drug trader. I saw you.
Time is up, Loincloth. Give me a name. Now!
Was this guy right here? He has the long rifle. How am I supposed to go to the island? No, I'm so salty right now. It was someone else, someone who's not here now.
How fucking convenient.
Now this, I like. This, I like. I don't know why I couldn't have said this before. Which one do I go with first? I think this is the one. Actually, they are here. Point to the enemy. It was one of you.
One of us? You saying we? What if I just shot one of your pals here, right now? Huh? How about the kid? Go ahead. Tell me we fucking killed our own colonel one more time.
Listen, please. This cop and this drumhead court marshal won't decide who...
Glad I put points in logic.
The Hardy Boys confessed to hanging him, all together. Titus said we took him out back and hanged him. He said it loud, in a public place.
Listen, he was shot. He wasn't hanged. Listen to me.
You're lying. DePaul heard it.
He doesn't move the weapon.
You heard wrong. She and these men have been helping us find the shooter.
The hanging was only a cover-up. Listen.
Fucking liars.
He pulls the trigger. A plume of smoke erupts from the muzzle of his gun.
The shot rings in your ears, a low, tinny ring. Then the Hardy Boys yell something. The young woman stands and looks behind her. The shot has flown over her head, crashing a small pane of the glass window behind her.
I missed.
Man looks at his revolver and smiles.
I know what I heard, Corty. They said they killed him. They said it was a good way to end a Sunday night.
That doesn't sound good. You need to change the topic now, or there will be another shot. What topic? Shots have been fired. Act before it's too late. This was a close call.
Really want to point to that guy. Who was that? I didn't know you had a third guy.
Rude. Rude is the killer. Rude, the killer. Owen Cloven. He doesn't talk much.
All of you cunts inside out.
The killer?
The gunner. The raddest. The killer.
He points to the figure clad entirely in ceramic plate.
What do you think he does?
There, on the rim of Owen Cloven's helmet, you count little stick figures. 19, 20, 21.
Count the figures?
About 50 little stick figures, all of them black, plus 2 little white ones in the end. These men served in Seminine, the native islanders. The 2 little white figures in the end are from when they moved to Revachol. They're recent.
Kills black people, almost exclusively.
That's right. Plenty of kips here in Revachol, too.
T, let's fucking do it.
The man presses through his teeth, his hand on his belt. Alright, let's go with this. Come on, make it happen.
Dangerous. Ask about him first. You don't want personal facts about his dead friend coming out of your mouth. He has to start it.
I knew you weren't a darn scab leader.
Yeah, I don't fucking act so well. Laylee had a hard-on for making faces for you natives. Fucking food aid shit. That shit is done now. Trigger time.
Who are you, a major?
Sergeant Major Raoul Cortiner, reporting in to burn this fucking mud hut to the ground.
Points at the whirling in rags.
As he moves, the interlocking pieces of his armor click, softly. Click, click, click. The realization comes to you, like a picture puzzle coming together. His name is Raoul Cortiner. The dead man's name is Elise Cortana. He's brothers with the deceased. No, probably foster brothers. Elise was put into a foster home, remember?
For killing, maiming, and humiliating our commanding officer, you're all sentenced to death by lead.
Cortana, I know that name.
He sways from left to right, inspecting you.
Raul and Ellis Cortana. Look him in the eye. I'm sorry about your brother, Raul.
He wasn't my fucking brother. We just grew up on the same farm and got beat into place by the same sick fuck.
We went to the same military academy in the same unit in the same war.
Same fucking mud hut town, too.
He looks around, then wipes his face with his armored glove.
Okay, good.
Parents left him in a leaf compactor.
Who? Lady?
Yes. He was, when he was small, just an infant.
We researched him. We contacted the ICP and looked at his birth records. What was in there? And other things.
They fucking put Laylee in a leaf compactor, and now these cunts finished the job.
He waves at the gang huddled by the doors.
It's a mind fuck, Corty. He wasn't put in a leaf compactor. They're making it up to fuck with us. Major, permission to.
Open fire. We can't have that. Interfere now.
He had blue eyes, didn't he? Your brother.
Baby blue, yeah. Like someone fucked up and put a baby's eyes on a grown man.
He smiles, pulling his face in a strange way.
It was creepy, but bitches like that shit, I guess. Or, I don't know what bitches like. I just know how to mow down cloths.
I don't think anybody says good things about him, but he was a talker. Your brother did not deserve to go out like that. I promise, I will find his killer.
Find his killer. Cop, his killer stands right there, shitting his pants, and you're standing in the way, protecting him. I know what this tactic is, Silo Sam. You're gonna die for them. Right here. Today.
Big talk, but that leaf compactor won't leave his mind anytime soon. It's a small thing, but it got him off center.
Where's Classe? She can explain this.
Who the fuck is that?
Glacia, the woman upstairs, where is she?
She left!
What do you mean she left?
She left! Her room's cleaned out! Right before these assholes showed up!
We should have arrested her.
Lieutenant whispers, his eyes still on the armed mercenaries.
You can feel how upset he is with himself. Just for a second. Then the fear takes over and he's back in the moment.
Dang, she played me.
Hey, Bushman! Your little cunt isn't gonna help you out of this one!
Why did I not find my lost gun?
What's that, loincloth? I can't hear you. Sounds like you got your mouth full of dick. Rude.
Shit, this is it. Tell him anything. Tell him you have more information.
Alright, fine. Kill me and never find out who killed your colonel. I've been withholding information.
Rude. Kill him.
The porcelain man raises his rifle and takes aim at you. His hands are steady, and the long barrel of the rifle sways slowly. An Easter AR-FA-7, built for taking out light armored vehicles. It will devastate you.
I don't think I unequipped the +2 against the armor, but there's no way I'm dodging the shot. Double 6, let's go. I guess I need a 5 and a 6.
You leap left. A swarm of angry lead passes mere millimeters from your side, tearing fabric off your coat. Feels like the lightest of tucks.
Become immortal. Oh my gosh. Stop shooting at me.
The man tilts his head, trying to see through the clearing smoke for the next shot. Watch out. To your left, DePaul is about to take a shot too, at Kim.
God, please.
The lieutenant says quietly without trembling. He aims, face pale.
He's aiming for the eye slot in Rude's helmet. An extremely difficult shot. 2 shots ring at once. One from the lieutenant's pistol, and the other from DePaul's. It's aimed at the lieutenant, but it misses. You hear a scream behind you.
Behind me? Ah. Who screamed?
Glenn, dying in a puddle of blood behind you. His mangled torso has 2 gunshot wounds. Blood gushes out of them like red geysers.
Geezers?
Oh God, watch out. You see 2 cold eyes looking at you through all the smoke and panic, and a pistol raised, aiming at your chest, point blank. Then the man squeezes the trigger.
Well, looks like I'm dead. I'm not gonna tempt fate twice. Look him in the eye.
A look of happiness. His eyes seem unnaturally bright, shining like stars. Something in the fear must distort him somehow. He is evil, and the end. Here it comes. Death.
Whatever, we'll try it twice. There's no way you strike gold twice. Gold twice, right? Yeah.
You can't. There is no time. Something inside your pelvis explodes. Your entire lower body is on fire, and your legs can't support you. You fall down like a rag doll. The pain is too immense to scream. It pushes the air out of your lungs. Everything goes dark. A distant blur as you recede into it.
What do I see?
Nothing. A persisting darkness. Dancing lights of pain. Distant shadows cast by them. Like a hellish play.
You're bleeding out.
Out of it, a silhouette appears, crouching over you. You hear a familiar voice filled with urgency and fear. Of course I get gunned down and die. Sorry, sucker fool.
Yes, keep talking. Stay awake. Look at me.
But you can't. It's so hard. Your eyelids grow heavy, and the sounds ever more distant. And a cold comes over you. The lieutenant, too, is somewhere far away, almost gone, when suddenly you sense something behind him. A shadow towering. Someone stands there, raising his pistol at him. The lieutenant does not see it. He's pushing down on your wound with both hands.
Ah, those points in authority are actually gonna help out. Kim, no!
No, you scream. Behind you, from your bloody lips, your eyes are full of fear. There is no room for hesitation. The lieutenant turns around and fires, his body falling on yours in the course of the motion. You hear a roar of pain, a death scream. The sound disappears like someone pressed stop on the tape. The hulking figure, too, is gone. And so is Kim. And the whole world.
Fall into total darkness.
This is death. One more door, baby. One more door.
Nah, let me go back to the fight.
The fight? There is no fight. The fight is over. It was lost 1,000 years ago. You have laid here forever. Keep falling deeper. Take the door. He's not taking it. His body is not taking it. Oh God, no. He's not disintegrating. He's swelling up instead. Over the hours, hurting, moaning in his sleep, and rotting, and being disinfected, and smelling of drugs, and feeling saliva in his mouth, drifting in painkillers, thrashing in his wound sleep.
There is a radio in the distance, a radio of the world, playing sounds. Good morning, Elysium. Soon you will return to the world.
Hours turn to days. Soon we will get up again and go through it again. Finally we know what the infernal engine was outside. The clarion call.
The engine of a Caprice Canema.
No, it was him. He is the infernal engine. Can't you see? He never stops. He only gets worse.
You see the lieutenant's familiar shape in the orange jacket. It turns double, then triple, from the pain.
I'm concerned. Very concerned. I'm alive.
Sunrise, Parabellum.
The lieutenant says he's in the middle of a freshly cleaned room with the fan above his head like a halo. His face is covered in bruises. What did you say? Sunrise.
Sunrise, Parabellum. Sunrise, prepare for war. It's an old revolutionary saying.
Is it war today?
The gates of the harbor are boarded up. The streets are a little more empty. Apocalyptic violence is yet to erupt, I am relieved to say.
He looks out the window.
I think we may have held it off, for now. Barely.
Good.
Yes, we have also completely failed, but that's okay.
I can't believe the lieutenant actually truly trusted me. That's crazy. It's crazy. I didn't even mention that before. How bad am I hurt?
Reasonably bad. You were shot in the left quadriceps. That's your thigh. The outer side, thankfully, no major arteries were nicked. The bullet was removed and a bacterial infection treated with mercurochrome. We will see.
Are you hurt?
Not very. I have a concussion from the major beating me with the butt of his gun. I tried to not move too much. Things would be worse if you didn't warn me. Thank you. I did not see him coming. Stupid of me.
This could have gone differently. Do you want to know what happened to you? Absolutely. I'm not 100% sure if this is the end of the game or anything like that, but part of me wants to go back in time, because I did save right before I talked to Ruby, and part of me wants to kind of run around and see what else I can do. Has anyone from my station been to see me?
No.
A man and a woman sit in the front seat of an armored motor carriage. The woman is driving. The man lights a cigarette. Jean Vicmer is his name. The asphalt vanishes under the wheels of the machine. Ahead, harbor cranes rise to the sky. Back to that shithole, he says.
Isn't that strange?
I called your station after the fight. The injury was logged in. They told me they've sent officers to join you on the site.
Okay.
I'm sure they're worried about you.
No, they would be here if they were truly worried.
Kim got shot and he went to the hospital. Someone else was here taking care of you and accompanying you. Guess who? It was Kuno? What? What? You gotta be joking. You have got to be joking. Kuno? There's no way. Quit playing. Quit playing. They were so worried about me. Where are they?
I don't know.
He may have some idea, but he's not gonna get into it with you.
Not my station, then who treated me?
I did.
Thank you.
No need.
Okay. I'm surprised the gloves didn't come into play, or at least visibly didn't come into play in screwing me over.
Easy now.
The lieutenant turns double again before your eyes, an orange hue of pain.
How are you?
My disco days are done.
Your disco days should have been done quite a while back, Lieutenant Efrater.
What happened?
What happened? We tried to take the diplomatic route and hoped they wouldn't attack first. They did. The Major gave the command.
What happened then?
As retaliation, their rifleman tried shooting you. He missed, or you dodged.
I dodged.
Then I shot and wounded him, while Glenn took a bullet in the spine. It was meant for me. Glenn did not survive.
There's a pause.
This is not the first person to die in his place. He goes on.
Titus, Fat Angus, and Theo charged. Angus and Theo died before they made it to intensive care. Titus died in the hospital yesterday. Alain and the young musician, I forget his name, they are all that's left.
Titus is dead.
Yes. You were bleeding out by then. You warned me. I was able to disarm Cortana before he got the jump on me.
Thank you, although...
I was not able to kill him, as I should have. Crenel took him. A stray bullet killed the Pole, though. And that's what happened.
How many casualties on the Union side total?
5. Glenn, Theo, Shanky, Angus, the fat one. He took a lot of bullets. And Titus.
Titus is dead.
Yes.
And the Major?
He's in a private hospital across the river. Crenel claimed him from the local butcher shop where Titus died. Turns out he's insured. We won't get to him anymore. The good news is he's not coming here either. I did some damage.
That's...
all.
I don't see how it could have gone any better.
Let's face it, officer. It could have gone a little better. You could have been armed. It was my mistake too. I should have attacked.
Find my gun.
But what's done is done. The violence is cordoned off. The Hornets did not get into the beehive. The worst scenario has not materialized. Yet. And we are still alive. Both of us.
He did not expect you both to survive once you stepped between those two armies. His smoking, his hunched back. You have it worse, but he took a real beating. That cigarette has medicinal purposes.
What happens now?
I honestly don't know.
True story. Your mind was blown, but you reloaded because no way were you going to deal with that. I don't, I wouldn't have dealt with it. Was he still like Kuno, or was he like a sympathetic Kuno? I I'm just I'm so what would possess Kuno to help you at all? But I don't know either.
We can't talk to Everard. The harbor is in lockdown. Everyone in there is outside our grasp now. And Joyce has left too.
Joyce is gone.
Yes, she left yesterday morning. To meet the board of Wild Pines, or that is what I've heard. There's a pin somewhere in the machine that keeps Connell from sending in a death squad.
He looks out the window.
Maybe it's her. Maybe she kept her end. Either way, Ruby's gone, and Claudia too. We really should have arrested her, you know?
Who did it then, Kim? Who killed the hangman?
I don't know. I think the theory you presented, it's someone else, outside our circle of suspects, was right. It better be. Everyone within the circle is either dead or gone. Honestly, I think our investigation has not produced a single credible suspect.
His voice is calm, matter-of-factly. The Maybells, Kim, the flowers.
What?
They were on the roof. I did not catch them. Butterfingers.
Every piece of garbage in the city is not connected to the case. You don't have to catch everything.
He's wrong.
No, Kim. Every piece of garbage in the city is connected to the case.
Okay.
This is because I'm the peon, isn't it?
Don't be narcissistic. Half the cops in Revachol West are his peonies. Even if you are, it is not a decisive factor in this case.
That does make some sense.
It was still weird, but not quite as confrontational. It was weird. Man, that is... that is so unbelievably strange. And unbelievably awkward. I would be very off-put by that. There would be a lot of consideration to reload, but also a lot of curiosity to be like, Kuno is my party member now. What the heck? What about the hole in the wall? Someone was checking her out.
I don't know. That's been there for years.
Footprints.
Yes. God curse the footprints. Not solving the case for us. Au diable.
28% possibility of the shot.
We should go upstairs, rethink the ballistics in situ. I agree with this. What else?
There was that hidden bunker under the boardwalk.
We could find thousands more if we wanted. All of Revachol is full of them.
But they seemed so mysterious.
Just gonna say nothing.
There's a little pause. He says nothing as well.
You know what I think about solving crimes?
He arches his brow. The ceiling fan patiently spins overhead.
Solving crimes is hard.
It really is very hard. Are you ready to limp?
I'm ready.
Good. Where do you want to limp to?
The lieutenant did mention doing more ballistics.
We should check Class A's room upstairs.
Why not? Another look at the window, perhaps? The one he was shot through. I don't know. I can't think of anything better.
Oh, I can finally go in here. Look, the door is open. You can walk right into Kim's room. Ah ha ha. Do some speed, it will help you keep going. We're trying to be clean here. We're trying to be a good police officer. Maybe if you don't run, it'll be okay. Alright. Actually, left something on the table.
Next to the stack of bills, you see a note. A few lines jotted down in large, uneven handwriting, just as the writer was about to rush out the door. I'm sorry, I fucked everyone over. P.S. I didn't kill him. P.P.S. Gift upstairs.
A gift?
The lieutenant turns to the stairs suspiciously, looking for any signs of another presence in the shadows above. What could this gift be?
I am not drawing my gun. Yet. But I don't like gifts.
You see, seems she left in a hurry.
It's hardly surprising.
Now, you don't know how working with Kuno would have turned out, but you cannot let Kim go. Kim is pretty cool. Kim is cool people. Thread of nylon.
You see the same two neon-lit shapes, a man and a woman, only now a red thread bisects the room, pointing from the antenna outside to the cupboard on the wall.
This is ballistics. She's left a trajectory for us.
Lieutenant tests the thread with his finger. Drawn taut, it rebounds instantly.
A ray of backward motion explodes from his mouth to the roof outside, A prime, to then widen into a radius of locations in Martinez, B prime, B double prime, and B triple prime.
Where does the thread lead?
It suggests the bullet came from the extreme upper quadrant of possible angles, from a point beyond the roof, B triple prime.
Gee, the one place that I couldn't figure out how to go to. Crazy, isn't it?
The island in the bay.
She's trying to tell us the shot came from the islet.
Unless she thinks the perpetrator was standing on the ring antenna. That is where the thread seems to point.
There are ruins on that islet, a sunken sea fort. I saw it through the coin-operated viewer.
I remember.
How did she know to do this?
She was there that night. She would have known precisely where the bullet hole was in the glass.
She had a long time to think about it after, standing on that roof, staring at the glass.
It also looks like there may be more to her skill set than we know. The question is, should we trust her?
This is her way of saying she's sorry.
I find that hard to believe. But at this point, what difference does it make?
This is also the only point of origin we haven't ruled out yet.
So it is.
For a second he seems tired.
Seem unenthusiastic.
I just haven't gotten a lot of sleep these past few days.
He doesn't really believe this will yield anything.
Maybe we need to go to the island. The wind blows in from the open window. The lieutenant sighs, looking into the cold distance across the water.
The lead is flimsy. You might as well go around Martinez, looking under every rock and talking to every person. But what else is there? There, across the grey water, amidst crumbling concrete, a birch tree, and the half-sunken ruins of a flak tower.
What else is there?
Not a lot, no.
I remember an anti-aircraft gun, or the ruins of one on the island. from the coin-operated viewer.
Could be the makings of a sniper's nest.
Going to the island. Are you in?
Of course, of course. I'm in.
Takes a second to gather himself, then says,
How do we get there? Joyce Messier had a sloop, but she's gone.
Lillian, the net picker. She's tearing her boat.
Ah, yes, of course. The village. Let's go.
All right.
A red thread.
Question for you, Saki Noir. Can you go to this island before this point? Like, were you able to go to the island before here? Because I talked to Home Chick Slice. Granted, I didn't do every tiny whatchamacallit, every option, but it seemed to me like there was no way to get there. Nobody was willing to work with me. I ain't talking to none of y'all suckers. I really do feel like I exhausted the vast majority of the stuff that I could do.
The graffito has been painted over the traces of the fight that took place here. It smells of blood and heavy fuel oil.
Looks like Cindy the Skull has been here.
The lieutenant crouches, touching the fuel oil with his finger.
Or some other hoodlum. This is still fresh. It wasn't here yesterday.
Well, heavy fuel oil.
And blood. Some of it is even yours.
Heavy fuel oil. Isn't that flammable?
No bad idea.
Okay. Sorry. Whew. Close call.
No, you can't. The main plot points are not very flexible. I was sort of getting that impression as the game kind of went on, because there was that point where I couldn't go across the sea until Wednesday to the island. And granted, not that big of a deal, but it's just I guess it's just kind of annoying that I knew what to do, but the game just didn't let me,
Between you and me, this is why I don't get involved in local politics.
Well, someone has to.
So it goes. Now, what can I do for you?
Oh, can I try this again?
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinket. Everything you pick out seems faded, chipped, and sad somehow.
Local food. I can't even put any more points in interfacing. Let's unlock that. We will internalize that. Yeah, that makes me very, very disappointed. Granted, I can see why they would want to do that, because theoretically, if you're savvy enough, you can just solve the case on the first or the second day. But this also leads me to a lot of the problems that I was running into of, well, I'm here on this day. What can I do? What is there left for me to do? I've, talked to everybody. I've done every dialogue option that I want to do. Do I just go back to them and do the dialogue options that I don't want to do, which is probably going to put me in a bad spot? There's footprints here.
This is it, the scene of the party. The fire pit, cigarettes, and empty bottles all evidence it.
Hold up. Don't you mean scene of the crime?
Not as such. I'm talking about what came after the party scene.
Well, that's great. Guess it would have been very complex to have less linearity. You were also a bit disappointed with that aspect. Still love the game. I guess it's just, I don't necessarily mind that the game is linear. But I feel like the game puts you in a veil of choices. And it's just very difficult to determine when you're done making choices. When you need to kind of like take a step back from the game and then say, okay, I've done everything I need to do. Now I have to just pass the time. It doesn't necessarily work for me in how this game is supposed to be. Game implies a bit that it's less linear. At least from my perspective, I didn't think this game was linear at all. Until I got to like very specific points where I just couldn't progress. I think the game just needs to be a little bit more heavy-handed with, hey, there's nothing more we can do today. Let's, review our notes and come back tomorrow or something like that.
Officer, what happened? You're limping. Why are you limping? You look terrible.
You're not limping. You're you. She sounds almost disappointed with you, reprimanding you for falling and hurting your knee.
Sam, you seem angry. Why?
Look at you. You can barely walk.
I wanted to talk to you about something else, your boat.
Is this from the shooting in town? We heard gunshots. Not that we don't hear gunshots all the time, but they were closer than usual.
There was an exchange of fire on Rue de Saint-Guylaine. It's nothing to be worried about, madame.
I have questions for you.
Of course. Can I help you with something?
We need to get to that island.
That won't be a problem. It's wind still and the tar just dried. We've got 2 days of relative sunshine ahead.
What's on that island? I saw some kind of ruins through binoculars.
Used to be some kind of fortification there before the war. For the communards. An anti-aircraft gun, I think, bombed to bits in the landing. I haven't been there myself. Always steered clear of it.
Hasn't been there herself. Who has then?
You said you haven't been there yourself. Who has then, if not you?
My husband used to drink there. Him and his drinking buddies. Always seemed like a bad place to drink to me. People died there during the landing, you know. My mother told me.
This must be one of the many fortifications that was used in the dying days of the revolution against coalition forces before they took this city.
The kids sometimes go there too. I know they do, on rafts. I tell them not to, but they bring back old bullet casings and such.
Which kids?
The twins. God forbid they bring the girl along on some rickety barge.
Can we maybe ask your twins about that place before we go? Would that be alright?
Be my guest. They've a strange way of talking. See if you can get anything useful out of them. I seldom do.
Can we borrow your boat?
If you promise to bring it back. And no scraping the hull. I just got it nice and yellow. And no drinking on the boat. And no joyriding either.
How do you joyride a boat?
Of course, ma'am. It's only for a day or two. Official police business.
Aye.
Nod along attentively.
The crow's feet disappear from the corners of her eyes as she smiles at you.
Is there anything I should know about getting there?
Well, most of it's sunken. Underwater. That means concrete underwater. Cut your boat if you're not careful. Be sure to enter from the south side. Water's deep there.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Think you will use your skiff to get there then.
Please be conservative with the fuel, will you? Just filled her up, but it's a small tank.
We need to limp over there. I'm gonna ask these suckerful stupid kids. I'm probably gonna get minus on the check because I called them stupid.
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone while the other watches him do it.
Okay, kids. You've been to that island, right?
On that island?
The one who's busy kicking his stone points at the bay, or to the bay. Yes, that one. I need to know what's there.
That's, nothing. It's just a seafort and some plants. You can take a raft there. It's great. And we make a fire. We make a fire. Mm-hmm. Gather the sticks for the fire. And bullets. Or not real bullets, empty bullets.
Bullet shells. There are a lot of them left over from the war, but this could be important.
Mm-hmm.
There are lights. The fire guy comes and asks us to put the fire out.
They must mean a human being on that island, but it's cut off.
Someone lives on the island.
No.
The boy answers, shaking his head vehemently.
Yes.
His brother looks at him, then at you.
Let's go with yes.
Why is he the fire guy?
Because
The boy pauses to think.
he asks to put the fire out.
Why does he ask you to put the fire out?
I don't know. He doesn't like it. He don't like people to be there. You shouldn't go. Yes.
You mentioned something about lights.
I don't know.
Did you mean there are electrical lights?
He points to the streetlight.
Yes.
Is there anything else you can tell me about the guy? Age? Does he live there?
No, he doesn't live there. I don't think. No, he lives there. Been there twice, 2 times. He doesn't live there. He isn't there sometimes.
Anything else? What does this guy look like?
I don't know.
How come?
We ran. He just yelled we shouldn't be there.
Your father used to go to that island too, didn't he?
Our father killed himself. Don't say that, he didn't.
Say nothing.
I'm sorry.
Then all you know? Is there anything more you can tell me about the island?
There's
The boy says, rubbing his eyes. It's clear that he has no intention of finishing the sentence.
Lights, fire guy. We should check up on that island.
Children are stupid. Oh, man. There is a boat.
A skiff with a small steering engine in the back floats on the calm mirror of the sea. Its 2 seats are empty. Once you get in, that's it. One pull of the starter handle, and you're off into the bay. A strange trepidation comes over you. Are you sure you want to go now? Remember what the net picker said. It's a small tank. You won't be going back and forth on this.
I'll hold the boom box. That's hilarious. Get in and ride to the island. Got a mark here as well. Haven't done that in a while. Oh my gosh. Maybe I should have held the boom box.
Want to be free. Want to be free. It will last forever.
I still don't have my gun. Question for you, Asaki Noir. Is the only way to get your gun, at least as far as you know, by working with Everard Clare, or did I miss something? Once again, I feel like I was pretty thorough, but I didn't want to work with Everard Clare. Felt too risky. As far as you know, yes? Or you're not completely sure? Okay. They are really dragging this out. So the only lead that I have right now is that it's that Roos guy. Who else can make a sniper shot from this island? I wonder what's inside that door over there. I've been wondering if that door leads to this island. You Googled it? You have to do the task for Everard? Ah, but you can do them minimally. I see.
The boat comes to a slow stop. The lieutenant turns the engine off. Then there's silence. In the silence, a sputter of wings. A flock of quails takes off in the distance.
Let's go.
Let's do save. Now let's do a new one.